Good morning, YouTube. Good morning and happy Sunday to everyone. I'm coming to you from straight out of bed. Yeah, I came. I'm coming from straight out of bed, and I'm here to just do a little talking and stuff like that. Um, it's cold here, but the sun is out and it's raining off and on this Sunday. It's like almost 12:30. So we slept in. All of us slept in. Me and my boys, we slept in today because we was tired from yesterday and running around and stuff like that. So here I am coming from the couch, wrapped up in my blanket with my best friend, my unicorn. I got this bad boy. Um, shoot, I think in 2018, 2017, it was a Valentine's Day gift from my husband, but every now and then I pull it out, especially now because I need something to cuddle up with sometimes, My baby boy, he insists on barging in my room and stuff, but I told him, Mama need her alone time, so you need to find your own bed. But comment down below if a woman that a woman that's separated from her husband, is she still required to do wifely duties when he shows up, such as cooking, cleaning, and having sex? Can somebody comment down below and give me their intake on that subject? But with that being said, I want to talk about because I'm just all over the place and I've been talking about all kind of things. So I want to talk more about my family dynamic, the family that I was born into. From talking with several different family members, close family members, it seemed like our family has a rich history. I never met my great great grandparents, so that would have been nice if I could have met them. Then I could have understood the way my grandmama and mama came up, and I could have understood better. When I think about my grandmama, she was a good lady. I can't take that from her. She was a good lady. She was always giving, and she would feed you. She would feed you and make room for you at table and sometimes in the house. She had all kind of friends from all over, and they would come and visit her. I remember sometimes people would come visit. Like, we didn't even know who they was. They was coming up, popping up out of nowhere and stuff like that. But she was a good woman, and I learned a lot from my grandmama. I learned a lot as far as not just I learned a lot, not like life, everyday life skills, but I learned how to cook, and I got her spirit when it comes to helping other people. But I learned a lot of different things from my mama and my grandmother, but I never called my mom mama. I always called my mama her name, which all y'all should know pretty much who's my mom. So I never called her mama. I always called my grandma mama. And that's where it been. All of us, all four of us kids always called our grandmama mama. So, and we always called our mama by her name. And that's just where it went. So when I think about Lena, my grandmama, I think about all the things that I shouldn't do. You know, I never was a drinker. I've tried to drink, but it's just not my thing, you know. And now, as I've gotten older, if I drink anything, it's time for me to go to bed. It's time for me to go to bed. It's night night, lights out. So I never was a drinker. I never smoked cigarettes or nothing like that. I never did none of those things. The only thing I can say is I had a mouth, a Simpson mouth. You know, I've mastered that pretty well as I've gotten older, so I can cuss with the best of them. And I don't mind right now, you know, currently right now, I don't mind really speaking my mind. Mm. My grandma, she also had some faults too. She did. I remember one time when growing up, I think it was me and my sister that's under me, and things weren't all that great in the household. Well, they never really was that great. But this particular time, she didn't like my sister. She didn't like my sister for some odd reason that was under me. She didn't like her for nothing in the world. And I used to try to defend my sister, you know, to a point. And then, you know, it just was like, wow, what's really going on? I didn't understand it. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't understand it. And then I remember one time my grandmama, something was going on. I can't remember what was going on, but I remember we was in the room and she drew a machete out on us. Talk about scared. Me and my sister. I remember that. Yeah. She did that. She did a lot of different things over time, period of time. A lot of different things. But she solely found comfort in drinking. She loved to drink. She was a drunk. She was a walking drunk. She would never just lay down and go to sleep, sleep the liquor off. She was walking all night long. I can remember the countless times she would be falling over stuff, falling out of the bed, just falling after a night of drinking. And me and my sisters, we were there most of the time because my mom wasn't really there that much unless something was going on bad in her current relationship. But a lot of times she wasn't really there. That's why a lot of things were able to happen to me because nobody really was there. Nobody was in the moment. Nobody was paying attention to the kids, to me and my sister. When I think about my mama, the lady that gave birth to me, I just think she's a cold-hearted person. Overall, she's cold-hearted, selfish. She lives in denial. She is a devil. Let's just call it what it is. She's a devil. I learned a lot from my mama. I learned to take things that people or men give you. I learned that it was taking abuse and letting men do you any kind of way, that was the way to go. I learned that. I really did. I learned that I didn't want to do or partake in the things. Sorry about that, y'all. do or partake in the things she used to do to think she was getting ahead in life. I learned not to partake in those rituals. And yet she used to be sitting in the church praising God. Yep, I learned that. I learned how to be a better mama to my own kids just by experiencing motherhood from my mother. I learned to put my children first and always to consider their feelings and to have their backs. I celebrate my kids. I let them know that they are loved. I show them that they're loved. I never got that. I never got that at all. My mom was jealous. As I think about it, and over the years and times, the different accomplishments that I did achieve, it was never celebrated. It was just glossed over. And I feel like sometimes, now I feel like that my mama was jealous of me. And why? I don't know really particular. It could be a lot of different things. But she grew as I grew up and got into my own place and started taking more control of my own life, she grew more and more hateful towards me. Because I guess she thought I was supposed to be under her rule and under her roof, but I wasn't going out like that. I wasn't going to be that way. I wanted to be in my own space because if I didn't get in my own space, I knew I would be doomed. I knew I would be doomed. I could never have no privacy. She'll be always trying to scam and take money, find new ways to get my money. Then, if I was gonna date somebody, it wasn't gonna be easy because she will always be bad mouthing people and saying they did this and they did that. Oh, they was with your cousin. That was her favorite one. That was her favorite line. He was with your cousin. Ooh. But anyways, I learned a lot of things not to do with things. I learned how to manage money. Learned how to pay my bills on time. You know, I've had a few hiccups here and there. Ain't nobody perfect. I'm not perfect by a long shot. I've had a few hiccups here and there. You know, especially when it comes to credit cards. But you know, I think everybody experienced that. But for the most part, I pay my bills and I pay things off. No repo man hasn't come to my house or taking my own vehicles. I've always paid my stuff on time, and I don't move a lot. You know, once I left Florida and began my journey, you know, it took me a minute, but we got it together finally, and we finally settled down. But yeah, I learned a lot. I learned a lot. I learned a lot from that lady, and I learned what not to do. I learned what not to do. But I made a conscious decision that when I decided to have kids, that I didn't want no, I didn't want them to have no parts of that, cause my children don't know what it's like to be talked down to. They don't know that, and I'm not going to let them allow them to get to know that or expose them to that. So she's just missing out. She's missing out. They're not. She's not. They're not missing out on nothing. Long as they got me and they daddy. Well, right now, currently, long as they got me, they ain't got nothing to worry about. They ain't got nothing to worry about. Ooh, my hand is tingling. Oh my God. I hate when it get like that. Oh, my fingers get numb. It's that neuropathy. And that gabapentin they give me, it don't do nothing. It don't do nothing. The pain is like, ugh. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I had to switch fingers, switch hands Cause this hand right here was it was hurting. It was hurting. Yeah. You know, as I was growing up, I never really learned to love myself, and then I didn't love myself. I didn't, cause as I grew up and got to a point where I can at least get a job, while I'm living at home. I just didn't love myself. I didn't love myself under the age of 17 either. I didn't love it myself, but I fully knew aware that I didn't love myself. As I got older, I didn't love myself. I didn't treat myself good. I didn't treat myself good, and I took in a lot of different things. I took a lot of things from different people. I did that. Sometimes I tried to follow up behind people and they mess, and sometimes it didn't end well for me. But I tried to be as private as I could while living in Arcadia. I tried to. Sometimes it got some of the stuff that I was doing got out, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But for the most part, I tried to be private and not do things wide and open and stuff like that. But and that way, I also, while I was in Arcadia, I limited my access to people because my trust issues is off the mark. I don't trust easily, and when I call you a friend, you're a friend. You're a friend, and when I allow you to come to my house, you got to be special. I don't like a lot of folks hanging around me. I don't. I don't. I'm not a crowd person. I'm not none of those things because my anxiety won't allow me to be a crowd person. And my anxiety over the years has gotten really, really bad. And especially in this time of COVID, it's really bad. And it's to the point sometimes where I can't even hardly go in a store without getting anxiety. hmm Yeah. I gotta take this hair down. It's getting time for it because I don't even sleep with a scarf on it no more. I don't, but I'm gonna take it down probably after Christmas and go visit my African friends to braid it up again. I've lost a lot of I've done the stress and the aggravation over the years has been unkind to me because I've had to deal with so much stuff that I begin to start pulling my hair out, plucking my hair out. Yeah, that's it. I did that. I did that. So now I'm trying to grow my hair back in the places that I was plucking my hair out. You know, between plucking my hair out and binge eating all the time, it was like something had to give. Something had to give. I used to pinch myself a lot too, but I know slow down on doing that. I have a high tolerance for pain, so that was kind of soothing to me. As I think about it, it's a lot of mental illnesses in my family, but some of it is not known and not talked about. But I'm going to talk about mine because I experience it and I deal with it daily. I take medication for my depression. I take medication for my anxiety, my neuropathy, blood pressure, cholesterol. What else? And I'm post, what you call it, pre-diabetic. So I take metformin for that too. So yeah, I'm dealing with my mental health. I'm dealing with my mental health issues. That's why I mainly decided to do my YouTube channel, because it's time for me to tell my story. It's time for me to get it out and stop holding all this baggage inside. This is not easy for me. It's not, but it's an eye opener, because I know since I've started posting these videos, I've helped so many of my younger family members. I've gotten and received calls talking about, how much I've helped them, because I'm bringing things to the light. And it's helping me too. Because, I noticed yesterday I was so happy when I woke up. I was so happy. I thank God for another day. And my day yesterday was so good. I don't have too many good days. I don't. And I'm being real with you. I don't have too many good days. I don't. I don't. And when I have those good days, I try to enjoy it. I try to enjoy it. I really do, because when those dark days come, it's hard for me to put on a united front in front of my children. It's hard, and they can sense sometimes when something's wrong with me. They can sense it, and I hate to be like that in front of be like that around my children. And then a lot of times, all I do is just lock myself up in my room in the dark, reflecting on what I did, what I could have did, stuff like that. Yeah. So when I have those good days, I really, really enjoy it. But most importantly, I enjoy talking to my cousin, my spiritual advisor. I really enjoy talking to him. I really do. He brightens my day. He makes me feel better. He calms me down. And I also like talking to my other friend. And my other friend that lives in Northport, she is so awesome. She is so awesome. And she believes in me. She supports me and encourages me daily. She's a friend to me. And I was friends with her spouse. I was friends with her spouse before I was friends with her. But I think God is knowing what He's doing. I just got to allow God to really, really, really guide me. Really guide me. I pray daily. I pray daily, sometimes 3 times a day, seeking for His approval, seeking for guidance, and, just showing me the way, because this year alone has been so, so bad to me. So rough and tough. This year alone. And I really don't even know how I'm talking about it right now. I really don't know how I'm telling them a story. I really don't know. But things happen for a reason. And God is allowing me to be able to speak on the things that has happened to me in my life. I'm not ashamed no more about the things that have gone on in my life. I'm not ashamed no more. I'm not. I don't care what anybody thinks of me, because I'm recording these videos. This is for my own person. This is for my health. This is for my soul, for healing. This is for my own healing. So, if you're offended or any kind of way, stop watching. Don't watch if you're offended. You don't want to hear my truth? Don't watch. Don't watch. Because this is for me. This is for me. This is for me. And with that being said, YouTube, I'm gonna let y'all go because I got to get ready and start on my pots. So I will talk to y'all later. I love everybody that's watching, and I thank everyone that's supporting. Keep encouraging me to tell my story. Come along with me and in my journey to self-healing. I thank you. I thank all of y'all again. Y'all have a blessed day. Goodbye.